Welcome to Matters With. I'm your host, PhillipBrian. Today, we're here to discuss Trek Matters with you. Season 2, Episode 1 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, The Broken Circle. We rejoin the crew several months after the events of Season 1's finale. Captain Pike is looking for a lawyer for Una. A lawyer that, on my 2 watch-throughs, was never named. Who is this lawyer? He takes 3 days leave. With Captain Pike gone, and Commander Una facing a court-martial, Spock is left in command of the Enterprise. I love this. This stage of Spock's career is fascinating. In TOS, he was an executive officer, and in the movies, he was ranked as a captain, and in TNG and the Abrams movie, he was an ambassador. In all those roles, he was already a legend in Starfleet. Here, he is a respected officer and the science department head, but he's not anywhere near the legend he will become. Very early episodes of TOS touched on this part, and we see a version of it in the Kelvin timeline, but Strange New Worlds has a good-sized runway to tell these stories of Spock before all those legendary adventures we already know. In many ways, this episode is a Spock episode, a character Spock episode before he was the legend of Spock. So Lieutenant Spock is in command, the Enterprise is docked, and all he needs to do is manage the crew during an inspection. No problem. Of course there's a problem. They get a distress signal from their security chief, La'an. She needs help, but is in a Klingon-controlled area. Admiral April of Starfleet tells Spock that La'an will simply have to wait 20-ish days due to some poppycock diplomatic nonsense. A little disappointed in you, Admiral April, former captain of the Enterprise. In shades of so many Star Trek moments, the person in the center chair in the Enterprise has to make the hard decisions and follow their gut. Lieutenant Spock does that, reverse echoing things we will see Spock, on occasion, do throughout his entire career. He does what he knows to be right, and Starfleet will simply have to address it with him after. Not Spock's norm, but it is his exception. Spock, throughout his career, is a character who will only break policy when core Federation philosophies or his own deeply rooted ethical principles override said policies. That's good Trek. Good Trek. In this Spock-centered character piece that is this episode, we also get a lot of Mbenga, Chapel, La'an, and we also meet the new engineering chief, Pelia, played both dynamically and interestingly by Carol Kane. Also, the Spock and Chapel interactions here and in some previous episode add so many layers to the Spock and Chapel scenes in the original series. Is it breaking canon, or is it informing, evolving, and shifting the lens on what we thought canon should be? Whatever it is doing, I'm here for it. Season 2, Episode 1, The Broken Circle, gets a B. It was a good episode. It doesn't take any big swings. A lot of what we see here are repackaged elements and beats that we've seen before. What did you think of the new chief engineer? Who is this lawyer? What did you think of the way the Klingons looked? What is something you predict happens this season? I think we may see Pike move closer to becoming fleet captain while remaining captain of the Enterprise. We know this is his final 5-year mission. So if they stretch out the events of him becoming fleet captain, can the transition from Pike to Kirk be something we watch on screen versus the switch of a key? We'll talk soon.